few animals are as instantly recognizable as the tiger. With its orange coat, white markings, and dark vertical stripes, it has become a global symbol of wild power. Scientifically known as Panthera tigris, the tiger belongs to the same big cat genus as lions, leopards, jaguars, and snow leopards. But unlike the social lion, the tiger is usually a solitary hunter, built for stealth, strength, and sudden violence. Native to Asia, it once ranged across vast forests, grasslands, wetlands, and mountain foothills. Today, its image is everywhere, but the living animal survives in far fewer places than it once did. To understand the tiger is to understand not only a remarkable predator, but also the shrinking wild landscapes it depends on. The tiger's body is a masterpiece of predatory design. It has a powerful, muscular frame, a large head, strong jaws, and broad paws that help it move quietly through dense vegetation. Its tail provides balance during quick turns, especially when stalking prey through forests or leaping over uneven ground. The tiger's famous stripes are not just decorative. They break up the outline of its body in tall grass, shadows, and forest light, helping it remain hidden until it is close enough to strike. Each tiger's stripe pattern is unique, much like a human fingerprint. Beneath the beauty is function, camouflage, power, and precision combined in one of nature's most effective ambush hunters. Tigers are traditionally divided into several subspecies, often described as 9, though some modern classifications simplify them into 2 broader groups: mainland Asian tigers and Sunda Islands tigers. This debate matters because tiger populations are separated by geography, habitat, and history. Tigers in the Russian Far East face snowy winters and cold forests, while tigers in parts of Southeast Asia live in humid tropical landscapes. Island tigers evolved under different pressures than mainland populations. Whether scientists count many subspecies or only a few, the larger point is the same: tigers are not one uniform population spread evenly across Asia. They are scattered, isolated, and often separated by human-dominated land. The tiger is deeply connected to forests, but those forests vary dramatically across its range. In the Russian Far East and Northeast China, tigers move through coniferous, temperate broadleaf, and mixed forests where winters can be harsh and prey may be widely dispersed. Farther south, on the Indian subcontinent and in Southeast Asia, tigers inhabit tropical and subtropical moist broadleaf forests, where dense vegetation provides cover for stalking. The tiger's success depends less on one single forest type and more on a combination of cover, water, space, and prey. A forest without enough wild animals to hunt cannot support many tigers, no matter how green it looks from above. As an apex predator, the tiger sits at the top of the food chain. Its main prey are hoofed mammals such as deer and wild pigs, though exact prey species differ from region to region. Tigers usually hunt by ambush rather than long pursuit. They rely on patience, silence, and cover, approaching slowly until the final explosive rush. This strategy demands energy and risk. Many hunts fail, and a tiger must be selective about when to strike. Large prey can injure a predator, so the tiger uses surprise and overwhelming force to end the encounter quickly. Its role as a hunter also helps shape prey behavior, movement, and population balance within ecosystems. Unlike lions, tigers do not normally live in groups. A tiger's world is defined by its home range, an area it patrols, marks, and defends from other tigers of the same sex. Males often hold larger territories that overlap with the ranges of several females. Females maintain territories that provide enough food and shelter to raise cubs. Tigers communicate through scent marks, scratches, vocalizations, and body language, leaving signals that reduce unnecessary conflict. Solitary life does not mean random wandering. It means each tiger must know its landscape in detail, where prey trails run, where water can be found, and where rival animals might appear. Tiger reproduction is slow compared with the scale of the threats they face. A female usually gives birth to 2 or 3 cubs, and those cubs remain with her for about 2 years. During that time, they learn how to move, hide, stalk, and eventually hunt. Cubs are vulnerable, and the mother must provide food while also protecting them from danger. When young tigers become independent, they leave their mother's home range to establish territories of their own. This stage is critical. If the surrounding landscape is fragmented by farms, roads, settlements, or degraded forest, young tigers may struggle to find safe space, leading to conflict or death. The tiger once occupied a much larger part of Asia than it does today. Since the early 20th century, tiger populations have lost at least 93% of their historic range. They are now locally extinct in West and Central Asia, in large areas of China, and on the islands of Java and Bali. This collapse did not happen all at once. It resulted from decades of habitat loss, hunting, prey decline, and expanding human settlement. Today's tiger range is severely fragmented, meaning populations are often separated into isolated pockets. Fragmentation is dangerous because small populations are more vulnerable to inbreeding, disease, poaching, and sudden local disasters. The tiger is listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List, and its modern decline is closely tied to the transformation of Asia's landscapes. Deforestation removes the cover tigers need to hunt and the habitat prey animals need to survive. Roads and development split forests into smaller pieces, making it harder for tigers to move between areas. Even when a patch of forest remains, it may be too small or too disturbed to support breeding tigers. Habitat destruction is not just the loss of trees, it is the loss of an entire system. Without connected forests, prey populations, and low human pressure, tiger numbers cannot recover in a lasting way. Poaching is another major threat. Tigers are killed for their fur and for the illegal trade in body parts, some of which are falsely promoted for medicinal purposes. This trade is especially destructive because every adult tiger is important to a small population. Removing a breeding female can mean losing not only one animal, but also future generations of cubs. Removing a dominant male can disrupt territorial structure and breeding patterns. Anti-poaching work is difficult because tiger habitats are often remote, vast, and hard to patrol. Conservation teams must monitor tracks, camera traps, markets, and trafficking routes while also working with local communities and law enforcement. Human-wildlife conflict adds another layer of danger. When natural prey becomes scarce, tigers may attack livestock, especially in communities living near forests. For families who depend on cattle, goats, or other animals, the loss can be economically devastating. In some cases, fear or retaliation leads people to kill tigers. This conflict shows why conservation cannot focus only on the animal. It must also address the needs of people sharing the landscape. Better livestock protection, compensation schemes, healthy wild prey populations, and early warning systems can reduce tension. Protecting tigers works best when local communities are treated as partners rather than obstacles. Tigers are legally protected in all countries where they still naturally occur, but laws alone are not enough. Conservation measures include national action plans, anti-poaching patrols, scientific monitoring, and habitat protection. Camera traps help researchers identify individual tigers by their stripe patterns and estimate population trends. Wildlife corridors are especially important because they connect isolated habitats, allowing young tigers to disperse and populations to exchange genes. In some range countries, tiger reintroduction is also being considered or planned, but it requires suitable habitat, enough prey, and long-term security. Recovery is possible, but only where protection is consistent and landscapes remain connected. Beyond biology, the tiger occupies a powerful place in human imagination. It appears in ancient mythology, folklore, art, symbols of royalty, and modern popular culture. It has been kept in captivity since ancient times and was long trained for circuses and entertainment, reflecting both fascination and control. Today, the tiger's cultural fame is a double-edged reality. Its image is celebrated around the world, yet the wild animal is endangered and confined to fragments of its former range. The future of the tiger depends on whether admiration becomes action, protecting forests, stopping illegal trade, reducing conflict, and keeping wild landscapes large enough for this solitary predator to survive. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.